Winterbottom Stakes edition of the Run of the Race, second week of the TABtouch Masters, and what a wonderful day it was, Mark. Haydock flew the gates and led from start to finish.
And he ran good time as well. A lot of people thought he got it easy on the speed. That's not the truth at all. He ran a very, very good time, one of the fastest Winterbottoms in recent living memory.
All right, let's jump in and look at race number 1, and we'll get to the Winterbottom in the back half of the program. Let's look at race number 1, and this one was taken out by Western Temple.
Rolling along from Abdicator, Western Temple. Ridden along is Maginika with Arctic Stream, and Superior Smile is still back towards the rear. Cockney Crew will come up to the 400 metres mark, nearing the home corner. About a length in front, travelling second Abdicator, and about to lay down the gauntlet to it. Western Temple looking to work out around the heels, but held tight by Maginika, who's running on. Abdicator reaches the lead from Cockney Crew. Maginika over on the outside. Western Temple finding a needle eye opening. They come to the 100. Abdicator, Cockney Crew, now Western Temple. Here's Western Temple bursting through that opening, and too good for them. Western Temple as cool as...
Western Temple takes out the opener on Winterbottom Stakes Day, and it was a race with plenty of intrigue before the race because of Cockney Crew. Well supported, but a horse that had missed a fair bit of racing due to injury and unfortunately wasn't able to fire on the day.
He makes the file, but not for the right reasons. He's the forgive horse because he'd returned lame. He'd been lame the week before when he'd missed the Railway Stakes. They were talking about a Perth Cup campaign for this horse, but I think it's all off now really. So he's the forget horse as well, Cockney Crew. The follow horse, didn't really want to follow too much out of this. Western Temple is a bit of a gunner, as they say, but the brow band seems to have improved him somewhat, and he was certainly the fastest home in this race. If anyone's going to win another race, I suspect it will be him.
All right, the next race was taken out by We've Got Dreams, and great to see Kira Yu in the winner's circle on a Saturday.
Second from last, Snippy missed the tail ender, got a motor. By the 500 they travel, and over on the inside it's the Southwest Galloper leading the way. We've Got Dreams from the filly Mia Dolce. They've got it really clapped on. They've raced about 3 in front from the favourite Down Force, who's being pushed up near the inside, trying to get into the bridle. Around them Elite Street, winding up for McAvoy, Sweet Azza and Levitate behind the others. Mia Dolce, We've Got Dreams. They're having a battle royale at the 150 with We've Got Dreams. Mia Dolce, they're still clear. Downforce runs on. We've Got Dreams is lifting. We've Got Dreams, Mia Dolce, Levitate late. They've gone to it. We've Got Dreams.
We've Got Dreams manages to hold on the line. When we look at that early tempo, plus 2.4, it's not the quickest on the clock, but she was always just absorbing that pressure from Mia Dolce, so a nice performance.
Yeah, good performance, not willing to knock it. The benchmark was exactly there, 0 for We've Got Dreams, and we all know a fair bit about Mia Dolce. She's pretty honest and will put herself there on speed, but clearly the forgive horse in this race was Levitate, got too far back, flew home, fastest sectionals, including clearly the fastest last 200. So I think Levitate's form will be winning shortly. Forgetting Sweet Azza, this horse was on debut, bled, had 51 kilos. Everything that could possibly went wrong. And the follow horse, as we mentioned before, is Levitate here. I think can certainly win better races than this.
I think there's plenty of races that we'll see throughout the course of the day where there are horses that you saw and they were either unlucky and you thought, I want to be on them next start. And I have a feeling one of those comes up in the next race we'll have a look at. But let's focus on the winner, Guns of Navarone, winning at big odds.
Goes up trying to cross the Nakonian. He can't quite do so. Up there on the outside, Dia Della Razza goes forward now to be second. A length and a half, Guns of Navarone. Off its heels there in the all-red colours around them, Mankind. Looking for a run behind them, Excise Free. And so's Plutocracy, strung up, but now getting a run near the inside as they'd balanced up Fire and Rain and Dia Della Razza together. A length away, Guns of Navarone. Looking for a run, the Nakonian. Down the outside, Undisclosed in front of Mankind with 100 left to go. Guns of Navarone had hit the front from Undisclosed. Guns of Navarone. Mankind getting through in the centre, but Guns of Navarone salutes. Guns of
Navarone wins at about 40 to 1, but I'll tell you what, if you were on Rebel Night, it was a hard watch because I think it was a pretty good thing beat.
Good race this, -6 for Guns of Navarone. Mankind ran well. Undisclosed ran well second up, probably for the first time in Undisclosed life, but clearly the forgive horse was Rebel Knight. It's not often you see William Pike not get a run in the straight, but he was locked up all the way down the Ascot Straight. Tragedy beaten, as they say, beaten 1 1/4 lengths. I think he wins quite easily if he gets out. Forgetting Fire and Rain here, finished last, another horse that bled on the day, and the follow horse is clearly Rebel Knight because he ran minus 4.6. I think if he gets out, he runs minus 7, probably something like that. He can certainly win a race.
Yeah, certainly one to follow, that is for sure. The next race was one that was ran over the 1800 metres, and it was taken out by Prince Turbo.
They've put the 600 mark behind them. Sophie Song just extending now, almost too sharp. Bob Divide the Sea off the bridle, now being ridden along. Fourth, Prince Turbo. Here comes Son of Bacchus working around the outside, scintillating and without reason behind those. Royal Command pushed to pass, and British Bessie's got the task in front of her with Demi go round. Sophie Song led them at the 250 from Prince Turbo. Son of Bacchus looming though. Divide the Sea, Sharp Bob behind them at the 150. Son of Bacchus on the outside. Prince Turbo, stride for stride. Prince Turbo, Son of Bacchus. It's Prince Turbo lifting though. Great win from an outside gate. Prince Turbo beat Son of Bacchus. Sophie Song.
Prince Turbo wins there, recording an overall figure of minus 4.2. Who makes the files?
Prince Turbo does as the follow horse. It was a really good performance. They went fast for the class here. Prince Turbo was fourth at the 600 metres and then came home really well as well. Fastest, the second fastest last 200, the second fastest 4 from the 2. Really, really good run by Prince Turbo from what was a horrible gate. Forgetting Royal Command, I think a lot of people thought this horse would be favoured if William Pike had been on it. And whilst Royal Command was wide most of the way and came back without one plate, I think she was just too bad to be true. 6 1/4 lengths. I'm forgetting Royal Command and I'm forgiving British Bessie. This horse needs further than 1800 metres. Showed that again on Saturday. Fastest last 200, fastest last 400 as well. I think goes around in the 2100 metre race on the weekend.
Which just looks ideal for her. All right, the next race was one of the features on the day, the Tattersalls Cup, and it was taken out by Missile Launch.
Friar Fox is still well back in the field with Hay Magic and also Dark Musket. They've gone past the 500, nearing the home corner. Brothers Keeper led the way. Spiritual Warrior. Warwick bides at time. She's about to ask him the big question now as Missile Launch around them starts his move. Taxagano under pressure behind those. Prize Catcher now forceful, gets into the clear, and Friar Fox further back runs on. Missile Launch, the leader down the outside. Forceful though, trying hard under the vigour of Pike, but Missile Launch at the 100. Kicked away. Taxagano's gone back to the inside, but the big fellow Missile Launch is going to win the Tattersalls Cup. Missile Launch beat Taxagano.
Missile Launch wins the Tattersalls Cup, but this was very slowly run, plus 7.4 to the 600 for the leader. They've just walked in front.
Yeah, a lot of these horses are engaged in the Perth Cup. There's 25 nominations for the Group 2 on the 4th of January. I'm not really sure what to make of this race. I'm willing to forgive Forceful. I just don't think they went hard enough for this horse's class. He came home with a reasonable sectionals, including the fastest 4 from the 2 and the second fastest last 200. I'll forget Spiritual Warrior because they went so slow. You'd think the horses on the speed have to have had an advantage, and Spiritual Warrior couldn't get into the placings, having sat second. And I will follow Forceful here, but I think if any of these horses go towards the Perth Cup, they're going to find at least a couple too good.
Yeah, it'll be good to see just some of these lead-ups to the Perth Cup. Hopefully run at a little bit more of a genuine tempo so we get a good guide before that Perth Cup, as you mentioned, on the 4th of January. All right, we'll take a quick break, and on the other side, we'll have a look at the back half of the meeting, including the Winterbottom Stakes.
Buy a 3-day Tab Touch Masters General Admission Pass for just $50 and go in the draw to win a Nissan 370Z sports car powered by Curran. The 2019 Tab Touch Masters. Get your tickets from perthracing.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Welcome back to the run of the race, where it is time to have a look at the West Speed Platinum Final. Great initiative this, actually, to see the horses go through the heats along the way and then race for a $100,000 purse. Great for these types of horses.
And it'll only get better as well because the eligibility of the horses in this race was just the 4-year-olds and the 5-year-olds. So next year there'll be another crop as well. So hopefully in 2 or 3 years' time this becomes a really competitive series.
Now, I said there that it was for this type of horse, but the one that's won it looks to have tremendous upside. Let's have a look at Not to Be Missed.
Around them after being back, and he's put the favourite right up into the firing line. Lace Vinsky down on his inside next is getting crowded for room. Shawish had got pushed back, being followed by War Class. Nicoletto though it lost its spot in transit as well. Around them, Position of Power playing Marika, and further back Gillespie and also Fry on the inside. Fryer's Fantasia. Sir Mambo had hit the front, 300 to go, not to be missed, and Lace Vinsky bursting through between them, not to be missed, called upon. Lace Vinsky going with it. Lace Vinsky not to be missed at the 100. Lace Vinsky not to be missed on the outside. Lace Vinsky not to be missed. Head and head, they split it together. What a finish. Not to be.
What a performance by Not to be Missed. It's not very often we see Willie Pike do what he did on the weekend and just take off under 60 kilos. This was a mammoth effort by Not to be Missed.
Language alert. He got the shits, didn't he, according to Brandon Durant after the race. William got the shits on Saturday, decided to ride him a bit more aggressively. Fastest last 800 of the race, second fastest last 200. If he's a railway horse in 12 or 24 months' time, then we'll look back at this performance and go, that was the day that he came of age. He's clearly the follow horse. And a lot of these restricted races we've seen in New South Wales have been won by really quality gallopers. The country championships, the provincial championships, they've thrown up Group 1, Group 2 horses, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if Not to be Missed gets black type down the track. Forgetting Your Horse in Zephyr Queen was set for this race, was on speed, actually led up, probably absorbed a bit too much pressure, but was very disappointing, it has to be said. And I'll forgive Fryer's Fantasia, finished third here, had the fastest last 2, 4 and 600 metres and didn't have the clearest of runs, but all credit to the winner, is much better than this grade.
It certainly is. To think that that's a one Metro win race and they're looking at a railway in the future, quite extraordinary. And the next race, you mentioned country championships over east. Well, this was our country championships, and another horse that looks like he could have tremendous upside. It's Mr. Genoa.
A length away, Mr. Genoa, who's improving right up along the inside before the home corner. Outside of it, Concrete Madame. He had to steady on the top weight just for a stride or so. Around the Magic Opus, being followed between horses, Speed Bandit, Wild Fusion, Long Knife Brother, Read the Right Act further back as they set sail for the judge, and Nemiroff into the corner first. At the 300 by a length, Milady. Mr. Genoa under the big weight is starting to quickly gather them up down on the rail, and then wider out came Magic Opus with 100 left to go. It's Mr. Genoa the leader. Speed Bandit's getting home on his inside, but Pike's going to lift him over, and what a great weight carrying performance under the 62.
Well, we spoke about the weight carrying performance of Not to be Missed. Mr. Genoa had to lump even more weight. But really, what a wonderful story this has been to Luke Fernie, his first big race success, and to be able to get the horse back over from the east back to Perth. It's a remarkable story.
Yeah, 4 from 4 this campaign, 5 from 5 in WA. Did win a race in Victoria, then he went horribly wrong, hence him being back here for a fraction of what he went over east for. He's clearly the follow horse here. He's got heaps of scope. He should be winning better races than a 60-plus race. So Mr. Genoa is the follow horse. The forget horse is Master Splinter, and then we'll go to the forgive horse, which is Nemiroff. Led them up here very, very fast. Minus 7.4, crossed even Milady, and then he gave way in the final stages, but still managed to finish 5th, and Milady finished 9th.
All right, let's have a look at the big one. It was the Group 1 Winterbottom Stakes, and Haydock, he drew a wide gate, but he absolutely flew the gates and found himself in front. Just never looked like getting beat once he found himself there, was always travelling very, very comfortably. Let's take a look at the win and the numbers.
It's Haydock, he steadied for Curry, a little more than a length on the WA. Grey up running second, Vital Silver cruising. On the fence, Old Rock Magic being followed by Viridine around them, covering ground between horses, Misty Metal, Malaguira, then Spirit of Valour, who's right off the track with his run, and Stage Man is starting to sneak up behind them as Trekking tries to weave his way through. Haydock's cruising at the 200. Haydock, he lets him down. He's stuck a length and a half. Rock Magic's into the clear. He's trying to run him down, but it's Haydock dominant in front, and Haydock all the way. Haydock goes on to win the Winterbottom from Vital Silver. Rock Magic.
Haydock wins the Winterbottom, recording an overall figure of minus 11.3. We've rattled off some of the previous Winterbottom figures in the last edition of the run of the race, but 11.3, you mentioned it off the top. It's one of the better figures that we've seen in recent years.
I expected it to be a little bit higher, but punting form taking into account all of the conditions of the race, including the wind, and I think the wind factor on the day contributed to the time that he ran, which means that he only got minus 11.3. I thought he'd be touching maybe around minus 13. He's clearly the follow horse out of this race. I had a bit of a joke with Tony McAvoy after the race saying, do you want to stay for the Scahill this week? I think you'll do it with your eyes closed. And he thought about it and he went, no, I think we'll go home. But Haydock, worth following next start. Both his runs this campaign have been minus 11 or better than that. And remarkably, he led all of the way second fastest last 200 of the race as well. He was good value for his win. Forgetting Malaguera, we were taping this on Wednesday morning and news has come through that Malaguera has been retired. Was going to go around in the Scahill but drew a bad gate and they decided to pull the pin once and for all. The Forgive horse, a few people were forgiving Flirtini. She had the fastest sectionals all the way home, ran minus 8.1. But I think the clear Forgive horse here was trekking, didn't get away too well, got bottled up a little bit. He had the second fastest last 400 metres, probably wants a little bit further. Had he stayed for the Scahill, I think he'd be winning that.
All right, that's a look at the Winterbottom Stakes of 2019. There was one race to come on the program, and this horse was well supported. It's Zenays.
And likewise Argent d'Or. They've gone past the 600. Recharger left the riverside of the track, a length and a half clear of Dance Cocky. Missing Pro third on the rails. Around them now being put into the action is Drift Star, followed further back behind them. Coming to the turn by Significant Hero, and then deeper out Nobelium, Supreme Force. They're homeward bound at the 300, and Drift Star comes at Recharger. Missing Pro searching for an inside run. Nobelium is about to claim them though. Drift Star and Nobelium running on Supreme Force. Zenays, Nobelium on the outside of Drift Star, got the head in front. Supreme Force, Zenays cutting it down. They've gone to it. It's a head bobber.
Zenays was popular with punters and duly saluted, recording an overall figure of minus 2.2.
Yeah, it doesn't make the file. It was a really good win out of maiden grade from Zenays, fourth fastest last 200 to get up. I'm forgiving Heart of Kawir. If you read the stewards report, it is just one sorry tale. Slow away, race flat, came back mildly lame, and also choked down in running as well. So a tongue tie will go on next start for Heart of Kawir. Forgive that horse. Forgetting Significant Hero, did finish ninth, always too short in the market considering the connections. And the follow horse, I think, is Supreme Force here. Fastest last 200 metres, also the fastest from the 6 to the 4 as well. I think Supreme Force can win this type of race.
Certainly so. I think it's a horse that they've had a fair bit of an opinion of early days, and really got him going well at the moment. All right, the meeting in its totality, who are our best performers?
Haydock, both the overall and the class. So minus 11.3, that rates very, very well compared to recent Winterbottoms, certainly the last 3 or 4. And he's also the best class racing at minus 5.3. So they're basically saying minus 6 is the class of a Group 1 over the 1200 metres at Ascot. Looking at the closing sectionals, well, Snippy Miss and Levitate, the unlucky Levitate, were the fastest last 200. Flirtini, she did fly home 400 and 600 metres, but she was just too far back and trying to catch a horse like Haydock, who is Group 1 all day, every day.
She just flew home, didn't she? Very unlucky, Flirtini, that she was that far back. All right, we'll take a quick break, and on the other side, we'll see how our tipsters fared this week.
Better your betting experience with Tab Touch. Watch Sky Racing and race replays on the go. Get free Giddy Up premium form. Access your winnings faster with past the post payouts. And keep your winnings if there's a protest. Better your betting experience with Tab Touch. You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Welcome back to the run of the race, where it is time to have a look at our tipping competition. And geez, you were very lucky if you could find a few winners on Saturday, because it was very hard for the tipsters. You could have ended up with an enormous result.
Over 4,000 points, not the biggest score we've ever seen, but certainly up there. You needed Guns of Navarone in your big bet of 37.80 and 8.10. You also probably needed Haydock as well at 12.80 and 3.70. And even in the last, Nobilium paid $9 to place. I was standing next to Wes Cameron during that race. Oh, poor old Wes, he backed the horse at 50 to 1 each way, and I don't think he was all that pleased at the photo.
Hey, at least it was each way, so $9 a place, not bad at all. And even some of the other, we've got Dreams double figures, Prince Turbo, Miss Olymp, they're all double figures. This was a big, big day if you could find a winner. Did our weekly winner manage to find the big price Guns of Navarone?
Did, but didn't have his big bet on it. Still won, and still won quite comfortably. He had the big bet on Haydock. Also found Missile Launch as well, and Zenays in the last. But Greg Cunningham, 2,267 points, won by the length of the straight. And if he'd had Guns of Navarone with his big bet, probably be leading the competition.
Yeah, certainly would. Well done to you, Greg. I think you can really take your hat off for your tipping performance on the weekend, because it was not an easy day at all, Winterbottom Stakes Day. Top 8 leaderboard. Does Greg find himself in the lead?
No, because he didn't put his big bet on Guns of Navarone. We have God in front. So God is in front. GOD 64, otherwise known as Glenn O'Donnell, 6,439 points. He's nearly 500 points in front of Bilson. God leads the tipping comp.
All right, he may need to put a few little sentimental bets on a playing God or God has spoken progeny throughout the rest of the tipping comp. Massive weekend this weekend. Of course, it's Kingston Town Classic that we are most looking forward to, but the support card is plenty to get excited about. Let's take a look at the last 3 editions of the Lustia Classic.
And to a mighty roar from the crowd, they're racing. He's got his finger on the trigger at the 400 mark. He quickly moved a length and a half. Now the sparks are flying. He makes it 2 Perth Cups. It's history at Ascot. 3 in front as Walker Stokes up. Carwey has to draw the whip. Disposition running on. Further back, Tradesman, Perfect Reflection as well. Disposition hit the lead at the 150. Perfect Reflection is trying to run him down. She's coming quickly. Perfect Reflection went to Disposition on the outside, Tradesman, but she's back today. Perfect Reflection won it. Perfect Reflection home in the Lustia beat Tradesman. Stream still well off the Mickey, 2 toes and Disposition. State goes to work now on the hot pot. Scales of Justice, he ranges alongside of Great Shot. 2 lengths away, Salubrious and Silverstream starting to run on. It's Scales of Justice fighting back. Great Shot though. Great Shot, Scales of Justice, and now Silverstream. She's closing in. Silverstream on the outside, diving at Great Shot. Did she get there? Made it close. I think she might have grabbed it right on the line. Star ranged up to Man Book, a Great Shot, a length away Star Exhibit, down on the inside Scales of Justice, Gaddings right behind them, further back Enticing Star, 150 to go, Great Shot fights back Akanar Star, Gaddings closing them down though, it's Gadding over the top, beat Akanar Star, Great Shot I thought third from Man Book.
The impressive racing colours of Darren McCall are very dominant there in the replays of the Lustia Classic. Another set of colours that is very dominant in one of the feature races on Saturday, the Jungle Dawn Classic. Bob Peters going for his 6th Jungle Dawn in a row. It's a remarkable achievement.
Yeah, remarkable. Celebrity Dreams won the last 2. He's got Perfect Jewel engaged on Saturday. A lot of pressure on Perfect Jewel.
Certainly is. Let's have a look at the last 3 winners in the Cerise and White.
And to a mighty roar from the crowd, they're racing. He's got his finger on the trigger at the 400 mark. He quickly moved a length and a half. Now the sparks are flying. He makes it 2 Perth Cups. It's history at Ascot. Cosmic Storm called upon by Pike, she rules all, and now I'm feeling lucky. Around their heels is starting to run on Will. I'm feeling lucky coming at Meteoroid. Silverstream went for a rails run on the outside. Cracker Vision gets out. I'm feeling lucky. Silverstream against the rail though, sprinting through quickly. Silverstream's got home to score. Brilliant ride by Oliver. Silverstream beat I'm feeling lucky. Class. Oliver put Pike back inside of him with Celebrity Dream. Fancy Fox going up near the inside. There's a run coming for the favourite and is starting to let down Platypus at the 100. Celebrity Dream, Fontaine Bleu, top of the class, but Celebrity Dream bursting through in the middle. Does too well for them, and another one in the Cerise and White here in the Jungle Dawn. Celebrity Dream beating the top of the class. Misty Metal stormed up, grabbed the lead, stalking it though, Celebrity Dreamer. It's Celebrity Dream called upon, coming at Misty Metal, who responds. McGruddy's got the whip on Misty Metal. Celebrity Dream trying to draw level. It's Celebrity Dream getting ahead in front. She'll go back to back in the Jungle Dawn. Celebrity Dream beat Misty Metal. Fontaine Bleu.
The Cerise and White dominating the Jungle Dawn Classic. Another race on the program that also features those colours in the honour roll is the Scahill Stakes.
And to a mighty roar from the crowd, they're racing. He's got his finger on the trigger at the 400 mark. He quickly moved a length and a half. Now the sparks are flying. He makes it 2 Perth Cups. It's history at Ascot. Then 2.5 lengths. Chocolate Holic at first among equals. Lightning in my veins. Vega Magic races up now and he goes past Lusaha. He sprints away. Chocolate Holic is storming down the outside with first among equals, but Vega Magic is going to prevail, and it was an interestingly run scale, and at the end of the day it was a great result. Vega Magic, the punters backed him and he didn't disappoint them. It's Allman a length and a half. State Solicitor, Proper Andy's Mr. Utopia. Here comes Prophet Street down the extreme outside. Silver Street threading away through at the 100 though. Mr. Utopia, Proper Andy, Silver Street threading through the eye of the needle. It's Silver Street sprinting through in the centre. She grabs the lead, the mare. Silver Street has won from Proper Andy. A great shot still there though. Over on the inside of the 200, Wrigley, great shot joins him. Red Publisher makes a line of three. Pinzu, Disposition, Prophet Street behind those. At the 100, great shot reaches the lead from Red Publisher with Arcadia Prince starting to cut them down. He's flying. Arcadia Prince goes home, 2 to their 1. Arcadia Prince, the favourite, has got a great shot in the shadows of the post.
Arcadia Prince winning last year's Scahill Stakes, and I'm sounding like a broken record, but these colours about to feature yet again. It probably just goes to show just how good of a season Bob Peters had last year. Let's take a look at the last 3 editions of the Kingston Town Classic.
And to a mighty roar from the crowd, they're racing. He's got his finger on the trigger at the 400 mark. He quickly moved a length and a half. Now the sparks are flying. He makes it 2 Perth Cups. It's history at Ascot. Half to 3/4 of a length as White went for home. Stratum Star's a length and a half away from Perfect Reflection. Here comes Carly winding up. White draws the whip. Scales of Justice at the 100. Stratum Star pegging it back. Scales of Justice, Stratum Star. Stratum Star, Scales of Justice. Scales of Justice, Stratum Star, Stratum Star. All our roads the middle, getting up Perfect Dual Material Man behind them, and now Akanar Star's getting through in the centre. Punamu coming down the outside, they're across the track. Material Man, Akanar Star driving through Punamu. Akanar Star, Punamu, Punamu. It's Punamu from Material Man.
Wonderful memories of Arcadia Queen absolutely bolting in last year's Kingston Town. This week it's a very exciting race. 5 3-year-olds to do battle against the older horses. Can those colours represented by Tuscan Queen be the winner this weekend?
I think so. We did the review of the Guineas and those races a couple of weeks ago, and I thought that KC was probably the horse to follow out of the champion fillies, but she's drawn gate 1. I'm not sure that's necessarily going to suit her. Maybe it's not going to suit Tuscan Queen in gate 3, but I'll probably be leaning towards Tuscan Queen now. If KC had drawn maybe gate 7 or 8, probably KC.
All right, it is set to be an absolute cracker of a Kingston Town Classic this weekend. Make sure you get out to Ascot, plenty happening on and off the track. And if not, we'll see you next week on The Run of the Race.
He makes her bid for a little piece of history.